Hey, welcome back to Basement Backgammon. On this episode, we're going to be looking at a brand new board that I got. This is a Renzo Romagnoli from Italy, and I got it for an extremely attractive price from a collector in the UK, Emad Salib. Thank you so much. Incidentally, if you happen to see one of Emad Salib's listings on Facebook Marketplace or one of the backgammon groups in Facebook, I can attest from this transaction that I did that he ships very, very fast. I think I bought it from him on Wednesday or Thursday and arrived on Monday from the UK to the US. So very fast, very reasonable, easy to deal with. Gave me a great price on this thing. It's in spectacular condition and it was extremely well packaged. So I can't say enough good things about the transaction. Thank you so much, Emad. So let's talk about the Renzo Romagnoli for a second. Renzo Romagnoli is a leather manufacturer in Italy. They've been making backgammon boards for quite a while. They're known for their leather fields, and they have a couple of other interesting features. First of all, the case is genuine leather. I do not know whether this is pig leather or cow leather. I'd love to do some more research on this. It's in brown all around. The case is in spectacular condition. There are no corner protectors on these, but that's okay. I'm going to treat this one nicely. One of the great features of Renzo Romagnoli, at least in this case, is the flat hinges. Now take a look. In the back, the case is upright because of these spectacularly great flat hinges, which do not stick out from the case. So the design details are spectacular. There are two extra panels sewn in on each side of the case. You can see the extra panels here sewn in for extra protection. Now, of course, the panels give extra protection to the case, but when we want to protect the panels as well. So I'm going to have to get some sort of travel bag for this thing. One of the features of Renzo Romagnoli is they have two handles, one in each side of the case that come together. So you are not putting undue pressure on one side of the case or another when you lift it. This is just it's a nice feature. I don't say it's necessarily, it's not necessary, I should say. I don't know how much value add this really gives, but it's a good aesthetic feature. You can see that the handles are flat here and they're raised and rounded on the edges where you hold them. So this is something that Renzo does. Now, there's another brand that does this too. It's called Zaza and Saatchi. And I'm not 100% positive, but I believe, and someone can correct me in the comments, but I believe Zaza and Saatchi and Renzo Romagnoli are the same brand, except that Zaza and Saatchi is what's called a white labeled brand, meaning that Renzo makes it under a different brand name for other retailers to sell. I'm not 100% sure if that's the case, but I believe it is because the cases seem exactly alike. And I feel like I've heard that somewhere. So what else about this case? From the exterior, we have regular combo locks. Just going to open these up so we can take a look at the inside. They open up, very nice action. Again, this case is more or less in mint condition. It's in spectacular condition coming from the UK. And it is a full-size, tournament-size case with 44 millimeter checkers. Now, let's open it up. Here we go. Good. Now, you can see that this has an orange and off-white theme. So an orange and slightly less orange, beige, peach. I'm going to call this peach. Orange and peach. And just absolutely spectacular leather all around. You can see the hinges are flat. The reason they don't show flat here is just because the table that it's on here is you can see there's a gap here. The table's not flat, so one side is not flat versus the other. But normally on a flat surface it would lay like this, completely flat still. So this is not a problem with the case. It's a problem with the table that it's laying on, which I'm gonna have to fix one of these days. All right, what else? You got your Renzo Romagnoli checkers. They are thin. They are 44 millimeter, so they're a good 1 3/4 inch size. And they're pearlized in white and orange. Now, The reason why I've never gotten a Renzo Romagnoli before, I had a smaller one earlier on in my collection, which you can see in the board collection, which actually, no, I don't think I even made a video of it because I think I sold it prior. It was a 20-inch version with 1.5-inch checkers. And I sold it because I hated these checkers. I just don't like these checkers. And I still don't like them. But this board was so attractively priced, I had to get it. However, I've seen people with Renzo Romagnoli boards that who have full-size Bakelite checkers in here, like thicker Bakelite checkers. I just don't like these because they're thin and light. I want the thicker, heavier checkers. And you'll notice that this space here is completely unused. There's nothing. These cups, which come with it, by the way, are leather. And I love the fact that they're two-toned. But they do not fit here. They're not supposed to be here. They're supposed to roll around on the board. So this is just completely empty space where you can put dice and cubes. And I just want to show, by the way, the dice and cubes that come with this set are some of the worst dice and cubes I've ever seen come with any set. This is where this particular board really falls down. But that's okay. I've got so many dice and so many cubes that I will be able to find something appropriate for this. Nevertheless, going back to my conversation about the checkers, if I could somehow figure out a way to get rid of this block and use this whole row, and this block too, hopefully, maybe, I might be able to fit actual full-size Bakelite checkers in here. So I will do some research on how to do that, if anyone's ever done that before, how to get it done properly, who would be the person to go to, maybe a leathersmith or something, a leather maker, a leather craftsman locally, just to get rid of these two blocks and be able to have the whole row. And I feel like I should be able to get a set of a nice set of Bakelite checkers. And I have a set in mind for this. Here is the brass logo for Renzo Romagnoli. Let's check out the board. I'm going to set it up. Set up with the checkers so you can see how it looks all told. I'm not saying the pearlized checkers aren't nice. They're perfectly nice. But I just think they're a little light for my taste, and they're a little thin. I like thicker, chunkier checkers. That's just who I am. Now, this is real, genuine leather on the field. And I'm going to do a zoom in a second of the field and the points, and you can smell the leather coming off the field. So you can see real leather. You can see their inset leather points. Beautiful. And two-tone colors, and it's just an absolutely spectacular condition. There is a slight, and when I say slight scuff, I don't even think you can see it on camera. Here, this little bit here. And it's, I mean, this is what Emad was showing me is, oh, look, it's a little damaged. It's not damaged in any way, shape, or form. There's a slight scuff where somebody, yes, dragged a checker across leather. That happens. And it's barely visible. And you could probably buff that out real quick. Oh, excuse me. So, yeah, this is a board is in unbelievably great shape. This is what it looks like. And let's roll some dice. First of all, checkers fit great on the bar. Again, this is not completely flat. That's flat. But they fit great on the bar. And going across, as I would imagine from Renzo Romagnoli, you have a very nice fit here. There's a little bit of gap, a little bit of slop. But if you're going to have slop, this is kind of like the in-between amount of too much and just right. I'd prefer there to be a little less, a little bit wider checker, but this is pretty good. Now, let's roll some dice. See how this looks. 5-3. This is a very nice board. When I was at the Boston Open Backgammon Tournament this past weekend, there was more than one person who had a Renzo Romagnoli board. Double fives. Make the same 3-point, just a different way. Whoops. 2-2. All right, now we're talking. Now, because this is leather, dragging the checkers across the field is a little hard, right? You can see the checkers don't slide very well. And that's okay. That's a different type of game. You're supposed to pick up the checkers and place them rather than sliding them roughly across the field. You can slide them, but you can't use one finger. See, I try to use one finger to slide and it won't go. You got to use your hand to sort of slide like this. You need a little more force. It's a preference thing. I kind of prefer being able to slide, but then again, these checkers stay in place. There's a little tack to the leather. Anyway, this is my new board. I'm really excited about playing with it, and I'm very excited about trying to figure out how to get real Bakelite checkers into these slots, thicker checkers. So I will keep you updated on that. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.